So, the first thing I want to do is tell my women that I love them very, very much. I miss them so much, it's excruciating. And, there's nothing I can do, I can't bend you, cajole you, beg you, twist you, plead with you to come into my arms. In my time, anyway. And so, I'm beginning some deeper patience practice with Allah and trying not to feel sorry for myself. It's not an easy job. Anyway, what I wanted to make note of this evening, beyond that, is, in our job as king, we notice things, and one of the things that always kind of puzzled me was, why people in Quebec want to separate from the rest of Canada. I've been to Quebec, and I love the people there, and they love me, and I never had any problem with people in Quebec. Even the police in Quebec, I never had any problem. So, I'm beginning to see, reluctantly see, there are vast differences of the petty king's originations from one province in the country to another. For instance, the difference between Ontario and Quebec. Let me just illustrate a case in point from a free rag, probably with more accurate reporting than any of the major newspapers in town. Anyway, it's free of charge, at the subway terminals. So I picked this one up for the story about an 18-year-old boy in possession of a 3-inch blade, a pocket knife. Dangerous individual. So dangerous that the police found it necessary to pump 7 rounds, I would theorize, of at least .32 caliber ammunition into this young man's body. After they'd finished doing that, my best lights informed me that they also tasered him. This is a disturbed 18-year-old boy who, within moments of confrontation with the police, did not capitulate and found himself dead. Whole thing over in 5 minutes. Drop the knife, don't drop the knife, bam, you're dead. No conversation, no nothing. It's videotaped, there's no debate about this. And the police claim that the officer who fired is distraught. I have been at the effect of some of these empathetic police personnel in Toronto who are so perverted and so sexually malformed that they find pleasure in dominating anything that'll wiggle. Anything. Doesn't matter what it is. Almost as bad as the States. They'll kill your fucking dog if it doesn't capitulate. So, reasonless, witless morons is what comprises the originating boundaries, the originating foundation of the authorities, if you will, in Ontario, Canada today. Now, remember, there was at least 7 to 10 police personnel present for the killing of a disturbed young boy. Now, according to the article as well, there were some girls on the streetcar who claimed the boy exposed himself. So he got a knife in one hand and his penis in the other. Does this sound like a man or a boy who's interested in maiming or hurting individuals, or someone who's got issues? loneliness issues. Desperate loneliness issues, not unlike the police themselves. In any event, so this is a boy, a 3-inch blade, and nobody on the streetcar. Nobody threatened, just didn't capitulate fast enough, so fuck 'em, I blew 'em away. This is $106,000 a year value. People of Ontario pay for this elevated wit. Contrast this with the province of Quebec. Now, I'm not saying that the Montreal police are, by any stretch of imagination, candidates for sainthood. I'm sure they have got legions of pimples they would rather not have exposed, which are going to be exposed anyway, but certainly there is at least some shred of wit in Quebec, and let me point it out to you right here and now. Montreal, we quote, rubber bullets in the seniors' 20-hour standoff. A 20-hour standoff between an elderly man and Montreal police ended Wednesday morning after an armored vehicle with a battering ram was used to smash down his front door. Tactical squad officers shot the 72-year-old man with 2 rubber bullets before placing him under arrest. Police seized a number of firearms from the home. The standoff started late Tuesday morning when the police were alerted to workers on the property being threatened by a man with a gun. Now, I live in the province of Ontario, and I'm finding all kinds of reasons to be dissatisfied with this crown, if you will, governing this province, and the witless perverts orchestrating things like justice, policing, interpretation of the law, and finance. Been robbed in broad daylight by the Toronto Dominion Bank. You see, they classify me as a disadvantaged individual, and they presume that because if you're disadvantaged, you also have no brains. Well, they're sadly in error on their presumption with this. We not only can think, but are able to write and express ourselves with some degree of sound reasoning underneath us. And so, I apologize to the people of Quebec for the fucking existence of the province of Ontario. There's no reason, none whatsoever, that the police in Toronto could not have used rubber bullets in this boy. There's no reason that any halfway decent trained martial artist could not have talked this boy down, removed the threatening 3-inch pocket knife from his fucking hand, placed him under arrest, and sent him for psychiatric observation. Not that that would produce a pinch a coon shit's difference, but at least it'll calm the situation for a moment rather than killing a young boy. But you see, there's a bloodlust that comes from hunting men. You put a gun in the paw of a pervert, he's going to need to squeeze that trigger. And we got thousands of them like this in Toronto, just fucking hungry to squirt some hot lead into some child's body. 18-year-old boy. And this policeman basically has been given a holiday with pay for the exercise of his wit, logic, and courage. It was unbelievable. Look on YouTube. There's 5-10 cops standing around. Put down the knife, put down the knife. Not fucking one of them enters to speak with the boy whatsoever because they're afraid of some fucking 18-year-old boy with a 3-inch blade. Christ. Call me. I'll fucking take care of it. Any time of the day or night. Never send these fucking morons out again. They're fucking delirious. Anyway, the province of Ontario and those who delude themselves into thinking they run it are in for a rather rude awakening, and which we are going to be providing, which we are providing now, in fact. All this does is add fuel to the fire. We're going to burn this fucking cornfield down. There's nothing under this worth saving. Nothing. The fucking money is worthless. The fucking wit's empty. The law is expedient. The laws of the province of Ontario are about as fertile as a wizened old cunt. Because that's what's running. Justice Bubba, Justice Rutherford, and Justice First, who happens to be one of the few males left over in the distinction jurisprudence, equally witless airheads, incapable of observing truth if it came and kicked them in the fucking face, or too cowardly to recognize it, along with their gavel. Sweet dreams, Justice Baba, and sweet dreams, you policemen who are just torn apart by this horrific, sad event that happened on a streetcar in the west end of Toronto to a young boy. That's what I call child molestation.